$1,000,000 for a cat. A famous Sufi story is that a ship is coming back to its home country. Suddenly the ocean goes mad, great winds, and the ship is almost on the verge of sinking. Everybody starts praying. At such a moment, who will not pray? Even the atheist will pray, the agnostic will pray, and pray, "Forgive what I have been saying, it was all nonsense. Forgive me, but let me reach the shore." But the Sufi was simply sitting there, not praying. The people became angry. They said, "You are a religious man, wearing the robe, the green robe of a Sufi. What kind of a Sufi are you? You should have been the first to pray. And we are not religious people, we are just business people, and to us this prayer is nothing but business. We are offering God, that, we will give you this, we will give you that, just save us. Why are you sitting silently? Why are you not praying?" He said, "You have already said it, because I am not a businessman. If God wants to finish us all, good. If He wants to save us, good. I am in total agreement with Him. Why should I pray? For what? Prayer means some disagreement, something is happening which you don't want to happen. You want God to interfere, to stop it, to change it." The Sufi said, "I have no business of my own. It is His business to bother whether to save us or to drown us. If He wants this Sufi to be saved, it is His business, not my business. And if He wants me to die, that is His business. I had not asked for birth, suddenly I was here. I cannot ask about death. If birth is not in my control, how can death be in my control?" Those people thought, "This man is mad." They said, "We will take care of you later on. Let us get to the shore somehow and then we will take care of you. You are not a Sufi, you are not religious, you are a very dangerous man. But this is not the time to bother and quarrel with you." On board was the most wealthy, most famous man of the country, and he was coming with millions of diamonds and precious stones. He had earned much. He had a beautiful palace in the town, the most beautiful marble palace. Even the king was jealous. Even the king had asked him many times, "You give this palace to me, any price, and I will pay for it." But the madman, the rich man, said, "That is not possible. That palace is my pride." When the ship was almost sinking, the man shouted to God, "Listen, I give that palace to you, just save me." And as it happened, the winds disappeared, the ocean became calm, the ship was saved. They reached the bank. Now, the rich man was in a very difficult position because of what he had said. And he had been angry with the Sufi, now he was not angry. He said, "Perhaps you were right just to keep quiet. If I had followed you I would not have lost my palace. But I am a businessman, and I will find a way." And he found a way. Next day he put the palace up for auction. He informed all the nearby kingdoms, whoever was interested. Many kings, queens and rich people came, everybody was interested. They were all puzzled to see that, just in front of the palace, there was a cat chained to a marble pillar of the palace. The rich man came out and he said, "This palace and the cat, both are up for auction together. The price of the cat is 1,000,000 dinars, their dollars, $1 million, the price of the cat $1 million, and the price of the palace, $1, $1,001,001. The people said, "For this cat $1 million, and for this palace just $1? The businessman said, "You don't bother about it. If you are interested, both are going to be sold together. Less, I will not accept." If anybody is interested, this is my minimum price." The king of the country said, "Yes, I will give you the price, but please tell me, what is the secret of this cat and the palace?" And he said, "No secret, I just got into trouble because of a prayer. I have told God that I will give you the palace. And I am a businessman. If he is a businessman, I am also a businessman. The cat, $1 million, that I will keep. And the palace, $1, that will go to God's fund." Who is the master? There is a Sufi story. Junak was going through the marketplace of the town with his disciples. And it was his way to take any situation and use it to teach some lessons. A man was dragging his cow by a rope, and Junak said, "Wait," to the man, and told his disciples, "Surround this man and the cow. I am going to teach you something." The man stopped. Junak was a famous mystic, and he was also interested in what he was going to teach these disciples and how he was going to use him and the cow. And Junak asked his disciples, "I ask you one thing, who is bound to whom? Is the cow bound to this man, or is this man bound to this cow?" Of course, the disciples said, "The cow is bound to the man. The man is the master, he is holding the rope, the cow has to follow him wherever he goes. He is the master and the cow is the slave." Junak said, "Now, see." He took out his scissors and cut the rope, and the cow escaped. The man ran after the cow, and Junak said, "Now look what is happening. Now you see who is the master. The cow is not interested at all in this man, in fact, she is escaping." And the man was very angry. He said, "What kind of experiment is this?" Junak said to his disciples, "And this is the case with your mind. All the nonsense that you are carrying inside is not interested in you. You are interested in it, you are keeping it together somehow, you are becoming mad in keeping it together somehow. But you are interested in it. The moment you lose interest, the moment you understand the futility of it, it will start disappearing, like the cow it will escape. People come to me and ask how to stop this mad mind. I say, there is no need to stop, all that is needed is that you become disinterested in it and the rope is cut. That is the meaning, become disinterested in the mind. That is the meaning of real detachment. It has nothing to do with renouncing the world, but it certainly has something to do with cutting the rope to the mind. Just become disinterested in the rubbish and slowly you will see a gap arising. The cloud that used to surround you always is getting farther and farther away and, one day, suddenly it is no more there. No mind, no mirror. A man named Huineng worked for a wise master in China. When Huineng went to his master, the master said, "Why have you come? There's no need to come to me." Huineng didn't understand. He thought he wasn't ready, but the master saw something special. He said, "Even if you don't come to me, it will happen. You're already in it, no need to come to me." But Huineng said, "Please don't reject me." So eventually, the master accepted him and told him to work in the monastery kitchen. It was a big place with many monks. The master said, "Go to the kitchen, help there, and don't come back to me. When needed, I'll come to you." Huineng didn't get any special teachings, no meditation or scriptures. He just did kitchen work. 12 years passed, and he didn't go back to the master because he wasn't allowed. He waited, worked, and waited some more. Scholars and meditators came and went, but no one paid attention to him. Then the master said he was going to die soon and needed to choose a successor. He told everyone to write a 4-line poem about what they had gained. If he approved, that person would be the successor. There was a great scholar in the monastery. People didn't even try to compete with him because they thought he would surely win. He knew a lot of important things from the books, so he wrote 4 lines about the mind being like a mirror. He said it gathers dust, and if you clean it, you become enlightened. But even though he wrote something beautiful, he was scared. He knew the master would figure out if he was truly enlightened or not. The scholar was afraid because deep down, he knew he hadn't really understood much. So, he didn't directly show the poem to the master. Instead, at night, he went to the master's hut and wrote those lines on the wall without signing his name. This way, if the master liked it, he could say he wrote it. If not, he would stay quiet. Surprisingly, the master liked it. In the morning, he said, "All right. The person who wrote this is enlightened." The whole place was talking about it, appreciating the lines. After that, some monks went to the kitchen to have tea. Hui Neng, who worked there, overheard the conversation. When he heard the 4 lines, he laughed. Someone asked him why he was laughing since he was just considered a silent kitchen worker. Hui Neng replied, "I can't write, and I'm not enlightened, but those lines are wrong. If someone comes with me, I'll make up 4 lines. If they like it, they can write it on the wall. I don't know how to write." As a joke, someone followed him, and a crowd gathered. Hui Neng said, "Write this, there is no mind and there is no mirror, so where can the dust gather? One who knows this is enlightened." The master came out and said, "You are wrong, Hui Neng." Hui Neng respectfully touched his master's feet and went back to the kitchen. At night, when everyone was asleep, the master went to Hui Neng and said, "You are right, but I couldn't say it in front of those learned people. If I said you are my successor, they would have harmed you. So, leave this place secretly. You are my successor, but don't tell anyone. I knew this the day you came. Your aura was growing, so I didn't give you any meditation. Your 12 years of silence, not doing much, emptied your mind, and your aura has become full. You are like a full moon. But go away from here, otherwise, they will harm you. Even though they come to the kitchen every day, they haven't recognized your aura. Escape before they find out." The sword is in his hands. A man had just married and was coming home with his wife. They were crossing a lake in a small boat when a big storm suddenly came up. The man was a warrior, but the woman got really scared because the boat was tiny, and the storm was huge. It seemed like they might drown any moment. The man stayed calm, sitting quietly as if nothing was happening. The woman was shaking and asked, "Aren't you afraid? This might be our last moment. It doesn't look like we'll reach the other shore. Only a miracle can save us, or we're done. Are you not afraid? Are you crazy or something? Are you made of stone?" The man laughed and took out his sword. The woman was more confused, wondering what he was doing. Then he brought the sword close to the woman's neck, almost touching it. He asked, "Are you afraid?" She started laughing and said, "Why should I be afraid? If the sword is in your hands, why worry? I know you love me. He put the sword back and said, that's my answer. I know God loves me, and the sword is in his hands, and the storm is in his hands. Whatever happens will be good. If we survive, good. If we don't survive, good. Because everything is in his hands, and he can't do anything wrong. This is the trust one needs to imbibe. Such tremendous trust is capable of transforming your whole life. And only such tremendous trust is capable of transforming your life. Less than that won't do.